High quality goals, 2 vital goals as well. How big a win have they just earned your team?
Yeah, it's a good win for us today. Play away and second game in a row as well. You need to win every game now. It's a tough team, to be fair. They play a really good game, and yeah,
you like West Ham though, don't you?
Sorry,
you like West Ham. Not tough for you.
Yeah, I like them. I think I scored a few goals against them, but it's a tough team. They are in a good position this season. So yeah, we just need to carry on and keep winning.
Did you feel a little bit of extra responsibility today? No Sadio, Firmino on the bench as well.
To be fair, yes. Before the game, I know that I'm not gonna start, but I know there is a big responsibility on me. But I just try every game, not just now, but every game, try to help the team. But because today they didn't play both as well, so it was big responsibility. But I played without them before, and we win also, so that's okay.
Look, like I said at the start, a couple of great goals, but I particularly wanted to ask about the first touch for the second one. That was the big moment, wasn't it? Killing it dead.
Yeah, it's a right foot. Nice to practice. I just keep practicing training for right foot and left foot. But it was a good ball from Shaq. I have to give him credit as well. It was a lovely ball from him, and yeah, I just keep the first touch, and second also the finish was okay.
Do you have to think with something like that when the ball's in the air? Are you thinking about killing it dead, or is it just all automatic?
It's depends how the ball comes, because the ball I didn't expect it that way, and also the ball was a little bit high and fast. It's a great ball from Shaq. I want to just give him credit for that. But when the ball was coming, I was just expected if it's a little bit short, I have to take it with the left. But the ball was exactly in my feet, so just one touching it with the right and finish.
Just tell us. Obviously, you got the couple in the cup last weekend, disallowed goal at Spurs. But before that, bit of a barren run for you, bit of a barren run for the team.
I said before, I don't like VAR. From the beginning of the season, or even before, just my opinion, just kill the game of the joy of football. So, but here also, because it has to be like exactly in the same line. But I think in the Champions League or some other country, they give the striker more space. So if they score, it's fine for them. But here is exactly some. I don't want to complain about it, but I don't want to get fined or something. But I just like my opinion about the VAR. I don't like it.
Okay. Let me ask you now about the title race, because you've clicked back in to gear this week. City have been relentless for a while. After a mad sort of season up to this point, do you now think it will change and it will need relentless wins to win the league?
It's every year is like that. If you want to win the league, you have to win every game. But this year, City were struggling in the beginning. Now we're struggling like 3-4 games ago. And yeah, you just need to keep winning if you want to really win the Premier League.
Been a big week though, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's a really big week.
Well done, Mo.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Huge week, huge day for him.
Thinking, wow, if Liverpool didn't win both of those games, I'm watching Manchester City race into the lead and not look like dropping any points at the moment. And then you start to think, wow, well, that game, if they don't beat Manchester City next weekend, then all of a sudden, I think it's Man City's to throw away, really. So these two games were massive, absolutely massive, and difficult games as well. Two teams, certainly in West Ham's case, that are playing really well at the moment. So Jurgen Klopp will be going home from the capital tonight thinking it's a few days well done.
And Manchester City will be looking at those two results saying that they're right in it. They've got the courage to take us all the way.
Yeah, all the fans, all the players, Pep Guardiola, they would have all been West Ham fans tonight. You know, and when they saw the teams, they would have thought, you know what, West Ham, with the confidence what they got, with the momentum what they've got, they could spring a surprise here. We all thought that, well, I certainly did. Wasn't to be. The champions showed why they're champions in the second half. They were absolute magnificent. And it was because of one man who started it, and that is Mo Salah. He really stood up. The other two were missing today. He stood up to him.
But before he finished that first goal, there was a little subplot because James Milner was substituted by Jurgen Klopp. What did we make of this?
It was brilliant, wasn't it? You can tell he's not happy. So Jurgen Klopp, great man management. And me and Tim were chatting about it. Look at the way he just stares at him, doesn't he? James Milner, wherever his face goes, his eyeballs are just fixed on him. He really wants to hear that. Doesn't quite agree with the answer, but then he gets the right response and the right answer.
Curtis Jones comes on. 34 seconds later, he wins the ball back for the goal.
He does. He wins the ball back and drives as well. Drives forward. This is what attracts players to you. It makes things happen when you run with the ball. He gets into areas where it's dangerous and... Mo Salah does the rest. That's what he's born to do. Little shift out of his feet and curls it into the top corner. But you'd question the defending, Tim.
Yeah, definitely bad, poor defending. Look at Declan Rice here. He follows the ball in, and Jones does brilliantly. He goes little set from Shaqiri, and you've got to send him out on his right foot. You're screaming. If you're David Moyes, you're saying, please don't let him inside. Get bodies inside him. Show him onto his right foot. Oh, too late. It's easier said than done. I know that, and it's easy sitting here saying it. But he's a little magician, and that's why he's a top scorer in the Premier League. That is an absolute exquisite finish. But David Moyes will be telling you that is poor defending. This is a great shot. Look, that's what a goal does to the morale of the whole team. He's just had a row with his manager. He's almost tried to intimidate Jurgen Klopp with his eye movement. He's just following him everywhere, wasn't he? Jurgen was having none of it. Just go and sit down. You're brilliant for me. You're going to get more chances to play. And he swallowed it. And then Milner just said, you know what? He's probably right. Curtis Jones comes on there. He delivers the assist almost for Mo Salah. And then it's all over. It's all forgot. Everyone's jubilant. They've had a brilliant week, and that was the secret. As soon as they scored that first goal, it was never, ever going to throw that game away until we're going to look at the block from...
But it does show you as well the team spirit in that team, doesn't it? I mean, most players will come off and they'll be fuming and they'll sit down, they'll kick the bottle, they'll sit there and they'll sulk. But that team spirit, there's something special there where you can actually swallow your pride, go back to your manager with a smile on your face and say, fair enough, good decision. That takes something. And
that's why he's the manager.
But that's the player's point of view. Did you have any debates with players that you brought off like that in your managerial career?
Quite a few, actually. Yeah, quite a few.
Not as public as that.
I just say, listen, you only do it for a reason because you want the team to win. You think it's the best for the team. There's nothing personal, towards them. And the players have got to realise that. And I think they respond. They know he's an honest man. I mean, he's doing it for a reason because he thinks Jones can give him a spark of energy, and I think he absolutely did that. What Milner would be saying is, well, why don't you bring off Shaqiri? And for the second goal, we're going to show you why he never brought off Shaqiri.
What a goal this was, Mike.
What a goal, yeah. I mean, Liverpool have got pace, of course, on the counter-attack, but it is a West Ham corner, we mustn't forget that. Great switch of play from Trent into the space. And here I'm expecting Shaqiri to take a touch, maybe take another touch. All of a sudden, he sees this run of Mo Salah's, and yes, it's great. Yes, this is a great ball by Trent, and it's an even better ball by Shaqiri. But the star of the show, the touch of the show, is this, what he does with his right foot.
How difficult?
I mean, extremely. When the ball just bounces in front of you, on your weak foot, and you've got to take such a tight touch. I mean, a big touch here, the keeper picks it up, says thanks very much. So you've got to get a real tight touch in, and then sort your feet out to flick it with your left. Touch and flick. Yeah. It's sublime. That is. He's made that look easy, and I can guarantee you, 1 in 100 players in the Premier League could have done that. If he had the chance again, I'm sure he'd do it again. He's just got so much quality in front of goal.
He's done it before in that fixture, hasn't he? In similar fashion.
Similar fashion, you would have thought West Ham would have learnt their lesson in terms of defending against corners. I think this
2017.
A few years ago, and again, Liverpool with a load of pace. Mo Salah again, without the ball, running without the ball, just halting his run. Tim made a good point during the game that he just halts his run so he doesn't run offside. And there we go. Different players, I suppose, but Salah was on the end of it again. Isn't it great seeing fans in the stadium?
They're so brilliant, isn't it? When you see the pace and the movement and the intelligence of Mo Salah, the way he just doesn't run forward at one pace. He changes his pace, keeps himself onside. On both occasions, one today as well. And then the touch, he takes it in stages. He knows he can't have the finish unless he gets the first touch right. The concentration as it comes out of the air, first touch, brilliant. And then the finish makes it look so easy, but I'll guarantee you it's not.
Yeah, and you make a good point, Tim, because when you're scoring goals, a lot of people get so excited, there's about to be a chance, but the coldness about finishing is concentrate on the first thing. And if your touch is right, then you move on to the next thing. But a lot of people get so excited, I feel a chance coming, then all of a sudden, you rush it, you get excited, you miss it, or whatever happens. But Mo Salah's so cool in front of goal. And if you told me 10 years ago that he would be this good in front of goals, or 8 years ago, I would never have believed it, because he was really, really average in front of goal in his time at Chelsea. Developed a lot at Roma, and now, I mean, if you
where do you put him now? Because that's 4 successive seasons he's hit the 20-goal mark.
Yeah.
Last person to do that for Liverpool, Ian Rush.
Yeah. No, he's staggeringly good. And the team sets up brilliantly for him, because he's not really a natural centre-forward, but just coming in off that right-hand side now and onto his left. You see the finish for his first goal, that curl into the... It's set up for that all the time. How many times have we seen it? So he's right up there in terms of... Listen, everyone's got different strengths in terms of their finishing, but he's cool as a cucumber in front of goal nowadays.
You expected to see Roberto Firmino. He came on, had a big part to play in the third goal.
He did, and so did Oxlade-Chamberlain, you know, coming on. They were fantastic. I mean, he gives you this. Give me the ball. He just fronts it up, like, who wants to play with me? Little 1-2. Declan Rice gets caught out again. Oxlade-Chamberlain with a back heel. Fantastic. First time we saw Wijnaldum in the box, because he knows he can run beyond, because he knows Bobby's going to look after the ball. Declan just gets flat-footed there. Great back heel from Oxlade-Chamberlain, and then how do you like him on the plate? The game over. Again,
Tim made a great point at half-time, because midfielders weren't running past the strikers in the first half. And you look at that now, all of a sudden you give it Firmino, people can, he's a safe pair of hands. And you get the likes of Wijnaldum in the box. You get the likes of Curtis Jones making runs forward, because he's a safety. And it goes back to the old argument. Liverpool have got so many injuries, and people just think, oh, injured defenders, that means the defence is going to be bad. It's not. It has such a knock-on effect. And just like that, if you've got your centre-forward playing, the one that you can really trust, has a knock-on effect. People feel confident to run past.
The centre-halves couldn't get their clean sheet. It was just a consolation in the end for Craig Dawson, 2 in a week. But did this reinforce what you were saying at half-time, why they didn't have more of this?
Huge threat. I mean, it's 2-2 for Dawson now, but they've got so much more. Souček, we said, Agbona, you know, they've got wonderful headers of the ball. Declan Rice there goes for the first one. And it is poor defending. It was the first thing Phillips has missed all day. I think he was a little bit unlucky. He got the deflection off Robertson, come over the top, and he takes it, but far too little too late for West Ham. I thought they were very, very poor today. You know, they had a chance. The game was won off the bench, but they could have been more competitive when Liverpool started the game. They started the game with almost a reserve side, and it was very, very poor from West Ham. I don't think they took the game to Liverpool. I don't think they really believed that they could have a go at them. But when you look at that, they're never going to get a better chance to play against a weak Liverpool side from the start. But they never imposed themselves on them. And in the end, Liverpool just grew into it, made